Monkey Man is a new action thriller directed by Dev Patel and produced by Jordan Peele, also starring Dev Patel as an anonymous young man who tries to avenge the death of his mother at the hands of corrupt politicians who also continue to victimize the poor and the helpless. This is the directorial debut of Dev Patel, and previously we've seen him in other movies like The Green Knight, and it was pretty awesome seeing him get to direct for the first time and it come out so well for a first-time director. Alongside Dev Patel, you've got other talented actors in the cast, such as Sharlto Copley, Pitabash, Vipin Sharma, Sikandar Kher, Adifi Kaltunte, Sobita Dolipala, and a few others. Sorry if I kind of butchered the pronunciations. I'm kind of reading them as I'm saying them. Of course, if you heard me mention action film or you saw the trailer, you'll know that this is a very pulse-pounding action movie with, some comparisons to John Wick, with there even being a reference to the movie at one point, and it also being partly produced by Thunder Road, which is the production company that worked on the John Wick films. It's got, the same amount of brutal action that involves the main character getting hurt almost as much as his enemies, and I would say even more so here. A lot of the action in this movie is very brutal, along with the not so action moments, but still a lot of that. I would say that this is the first time in a while that an action scene or action scenes had gotten me so hyped up for a movie or during a movie. Almost like I'm a sports fan, minus me, yelling out or, screaming, which I don't like to do during a movie, obviously. But I got that feeling, at least. And I think Dev Patel did a good job of setting up the action scenes while also, performing a lot of them. For the most part, they're edited pretty well with some choppy moments, but I feel like they're a way of, kind of giving a specific feeling to parts of them. Other than that, they're filmed pretty smooth and not as many takes. In terms of the violence itself, I would say it does a pretty good job at somewhat balancing stuff that happens to good and bad people, but it still makes it feel like the more evil people are getting the brunt of the violence shown in the movie, less than the oppressed, while still making you feel for the oppressed and see what's happening to them. Another highlight for me is the music, which is a great kind of mixture of different things depending on, what the scene kind of needs. Like sometimes there's some traditional Indian style music, then there's some hip hop, and then there's some metal music almost, and even some somber guitar music at one point. It's pretty diverse amount of music, but it works so well for where each style is needed, and it's usually for action scenes, and it just works so well. And I love some good music with an action scene, but there are some quiet action scenes as well, which is also pretty good. But of course, we can't talk about all the other aspects of a movie without talking about acting, which is usually the most important part. And the acting is pretty superb, just like everything else. Dev Patel does a great job, playing as this usually quiet and reserved man with a lot of, rage hiding inside that he's able to let out when he's, fighting all these guys and taking his revenge. He does a good job of that. Everyone else does a pretty good job as well, especially, the bad guys. They're all pretty believable as these despicable people. Especially, the one character who's like a religious figure who's able to use his way to help put some of these people in power, and just able to get some of the people's vote, or however you say. And he's played by Macron Deshpande, and he also does a good job as kind of like the big bad, along with all the other guys. And alongside the director and the actors, we should also give credit to the writers, with Dev Patel also being one of the writers alongside Paul Unganawala and John Colley. And like I say, with a lot of these movie reviews, I can't always tell where the writing plays a part in a movie, because it's all like such a big collaboration. It's not just the writing, it's the directing and the actors. And sometimes one problem from like one part of a production can mess things up on a grand scale, but everything comes together so well. So I gotta give credit to pretty much everyone. In terms of stuff I didn't like, because there's a lot I did like, I would say the only stuff I didn't like was the fact that they did not have the monkey mask in there as much, which is kind of almost a nitpick, but I feel like it was a little wasted for being kind of part of the title, Monkey Man. But the movie is so good that it doesn't matter. And that's kind of it. I don't have a lot of problems with this movie because it's just so damn good, honestly. So I recommend you go see it, and I'm gonna go give my rating. Again, it's not perfect, but it's still a great movie. So I'm still gonna give it a high rating of a 9 out of 10. Well, I hope you enjoyed my review of Monkey Man. Let me know what you thought of the movie if you've seen it. And check out some of my other stuff on my channel. I usually review movies, TV, but more importantly, book stuff. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Take care. I'll see you guys next time.